Hey guys, Miss Collins here. I hope everybody is doing well. We're coming near the end, so there's only a couple assignments left, and one of those is measuring angles, which is what I'm going to talk about right now. Measuring angles. This first slide here is kind of your go-to. It tells you the different types of angles. So there's a straight angle. Straight angles are just like straight lines, and they are exactly 180 degrees. So that is what you're going to put right there is 180 degrees. A straight line, which is the same as a straight angle, measures 180 degrees. The next one here, obtuse. Obtuse angles are angles that are between 90 degrees. Actually, they start at 91. So if it's a 90-degree angle, that is a right angle. But 91, they don't have a 91, so you're going to have to put 90. Between 90 and 180, between that, the more open, the bigger angle. Obtuse kind of sounds big to me. So obtuse is the bigger open angle, kind of looks like a mouth and it's open wider. That one is between 90 and 180 degrees. Acute angles, they're so cute. They're little acute angles. Those are the smaller ones. They are between 0. Obviously, 0 isn't an angle, but between 0 and 90 degrees. They're the smaller ones where the mouth of the open part of your angle is smaller. And then those right angles are those L-shaped angles. They go straight up and down, straight like this. And then they also go like this. They make that L shape. Those are exactly 90 degrees. So when you put those in there, 180 for the straight, obtuse is between 90 and 180. Acute is the smaller ones. They are between 0 and 90. And then that exactly 90 degrees, it has to be exact 90-degree angle to make a right angle. You're going to use that information for the following slides, and I'm just going to go through a couple of these slides with you. Number 5, this one right here. You don't have a protractor, so you can't use a protractor to measure these. So basically what you're doing here is you're looking at this angle. Here's your open part of the angle, the mouth of it, and you can tell that it has not opened up all the way up to an L shape. So this is one of those smaller acute angles. And then you have to remember, acute measures between 0 and 90. So the only one that would make sense is this 28. Because 92 would be bigger than an L shape, and this one's only open this far. So that one's the only one that makes sense. It's 28. I'll do one more. Let's do this one down here. This angle is open really wide, you can see. So I know that is an obtuse angle. It's open really wide. It's not quite a straight line. Close, but it's not quite a straight line. So I have to figure out, these are both more than 90, but if a straight line is 180, which one is that closer to? If I know 90 is an L shape that goes up here like this, and a straight is 180 that goes out like this, I can tell it's closer to 180. So I would go with the 167. So that's kind of what you're doing there. There is no protractor that you are using to measure those. You're just using kind of that benchmark 90-degree angle to help you out there. Slide number 6. This one is where you're going to measure angles. So I would suggest, I don't know if it's me and my old eyes, but I like to zoom in like this, so I can get a good look at what the numbers are. And this is how you use a protractor. This protractor, the angle is going this way. So you're always starting at the 0. You can see that there's two numbers here. There's a 0 and there's a 180, but this bottom line always has to be, we start with 0. So I'm going to be using these inside numbers on this protractor, not the outside numbers. You have to start with 0 on your bottom ray. So if I look here, I'm going to 0, I'm going to use these inside numbers, and it looks right at the 30. So this is a 30-degree angle. So I would type of angle. Is it an acute, right, straight, obtuse? Well, it's open very small. It's not up here at 90, so I know it's an acute. So you'll type acute here. And then again, You have to start at the 0. So if this was the 0 on the outside, I'd use the outside numbers. If the 0's on the inside, you use the inside numbers, and that takes me to 30, so I would type that right here. So that's how you do those slides. Now unzoom. Slide number 9. Let's see here. These are where you have to click and drag this. So angle A, I'm going to click this angle and I have to move it up. And it's really important that you get it on the right part of the protractor. So that's why I'm trying to show you this right here. This middle line right here is where this angle bottom part needs to go. So I've got to drag it up here so that it's lined up to my 0 on the protractor and in the middle. And it takes them, I mean, you really have to kind of be specific here. I might even zoom in so I can see if I'm right on there. I'm going to move my a little bit over, and look, it's on there pretty straight. It goes this way. So this time I'm looking at that 0 on the outside. And I will come up here and I go on the outside numbers, and you can see that it goes to 80. So then that's where I would click in 80 degrees, and then I would do this, I drag that down, and I would do the same thing with angle B. So you have to make sure that it's lined up right here in the middle. See this line right here, and it touches that 0 on the outside. So that's for that slide, and I have one more to do here, slide 11. This is where you are creating lines. So use the arrow tool to draw an angle that measures. So they're giving you the measurement they want you to make the angle, which is 50 degrees. Up here is where your line tool is. Select the line. Here's my arrow. I'm going to click here where my dot is, where my other part of my ray is. I'm going to make a new ray that connects to it but shows 50. So I'm going to drag it out here so that it goes to that 50 degrees. Now, would it make sense to drag it all the way out here to this one? Well, if my angle is less than 90, it's a small angle. If I drew it and it went out this way, that would be way open. That would be all of this mouth of that angle being open, which we know is obtuse. That doesn't make sense. It would not make 50 degrees. So we're using this inside 50 because, again, the 0's here, so I'm using the inside numbers. So that's how you will create your angles with those. And the rest are just repeats to give you more practice. So I hope that helps with measuring angles. Do your best, and if you need any help, Miss Basil or I will help you in Zoom. All right, talk to you later.